My girlfriend admitted she cheated. I needed a real man, she smirked. My friends took her side. I just smiled, took my keys and left. This morning, my phone blew up with 32 missed calls. Part 1. I needed a real man, she smirked. My friends took her side. I just smiled, took my keys, and left. This morning, my phone blew up with 32 missed calls. It was a Friday night. We were at our usual spot, low lights, cheap drinks, the kind of place where birthdays and breakups blend into background noise. She wore my hoodie, the one she always borrowed. She looked good in it, like she always did when she wanted something. I didn't know this would be our last night. The setup. She cleared her throat during a lulling conversation. Our friends, 6 of them, sat around the table, half drunk and mid-laugh. So, she said too loudly, I guess this is as good a time as any. The room went quiet. I looked at her calmly, waiting. She turned to me with a smirk. I cheated. The word didn't even sting, it just landed like something you already knew but pretended not to. And honestly, she added, I needed a real man, not one who works in tech support and spends his weekends fixing up a car that still doesn't run. Laughter. Their laughter. My friends, they weren't shocked because they knew. No one had my back. Ben, the one I thought was like a brother, clinked glasses with her. Damn girl, you're savage. But honest, I respect it. Maya muttered something about how we all saw this coming. Even Chris, the guy who used to crash on my couch, just gave me that look, the kind that says, take the yell and leave. So, I did. I didn't yell. I didn't ask for an explanation. I didn't throw a drink or storm out like she probably hoped I would. I just looked at her, really looked at her, and saw it, the need for validation, the emptiness behind the smirk, the desperation to seem like she'd won something. And then I smiled, tossed my key ring up, caught it. Cool. That was it. Then I turned and walked out. They laughed harder after I left. I heard it as the door swung shut behind me. But here's what they didn't hear, the plan that had just formed in my head. Because I wasn't going to fight for anyone who mocked me. I was going to become someone they couldn't ignore and she couldn't reach. I met Emma 3 years ago at a coffee shop near campus. She was reading The Bell Jar, wearing black nail polish and a chipped ring on her thumb. I asked about the book. She looked up and said, only depressed people read this in public. Then she smiled. That was it. We clicked fast, deep talks, late night drives, dumb inside jokes, falling asleep with her head on my chest like it was the safest place on earth. She used to tell me, you're my peace. I believed her. The good days. She used to bring me lunch when I worked late. She called me her anchor, the one who kept her from spinning out when life got overwhelming. When I fixed up that rusted out 92 Civic in the garage, she'd sit with me, pass me tools, play music. We weren't rich, we weren't flashy, but we were solid. Or so I thought. The drift. The change was slow. She started going out more. Girls' nights turned into don't wait up texts. She stopped coming to the garage and started rolling her eyes when I talked about building my own IT consulting business. You're always chasing things that take too long, she said once. I didn't fight her on it. I thought she was just stressed, burned out. But the truth was, she was already looking for someone faster, louder, flashier, and that someone turned out to be Caleb, a bartender with a six-pack and the personality of a wet sponge. The friends shifted. Ben started hanging out with her more than with me. Chris didn't want to take sides. Even Maya, who once cried on my shoulder over her breakup, ghosted me. I didn't lose a girlfriend that night at the bar, I lost a circle. And yet, something in me clicked into place. Not rage, not depression, clarity. They didn't betray me because I was weak, they betrayed me because I was quiet. And they thought that meant I wouldn't respond. They were wrong. The first night after the breakup, I didn't sleep. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, reliving every second of that bar scene, her smirk, Ben's laugh, the way they looked at me like I was the punchline of a joke I hadn't heard yet. The next morning, I opened my phone. No apologies, no missed calls, just one group text. Chris, hey man, hope there's no hard feelings. Let's all try to be mature about this, right? Maturity like laughing in my face while my girlfriend nuked our relationship in front of people I once called friends. I shut it all off. I deactivated my social media, blocked them, deleted old photos, wiped her contact, but not the memory. Then I took one last look in the mirror, not for pity, but for inventory. Because if they all saw someone disposable, I needed to build someone undeniable. The plan? I started small. I reached out to an old professor who once said I had CEO energy. I took night classes in cybersecurity, woke up at 5 a.m. every day and ran, even when my body screamed not to. I ate clean, trained harder, read more, and most importantly, I worked 12 hours a day, sometimes more, consulting, freelancing, fixing networks for local businesses. I said yes to everything while they drank and posted and celebrated betrayal like it was a personality trait. I was building a version of myself they wouldn't recognize. No one knew where I went, not Ben, not Maya, not Emma, especially not Emma. She didn't reach out, she didn't apologize. She was too busy posting soft-lit selfies with Caleb and captions like, love always wins. Cute. Let's see how long love lasts when the money dries up. The thrill fades, and the man you left behind isn't behind you anymore, he's 10 steps ahead.